Champions League semi-finals are here, taking place this week. The first legs is what I'm going to be predicting today. So, left in the competition this year, we've got a team from England, a team from Germany, a team from France, and a team from Spain. Now, the last 15 winners of the Champions League have come from one of those nations. So, I mean, that's quite interesting. That'll become 16 this year, whatever one wins it. All of the last 15 from one of those countries. The last team to win from anywhere else was Inter Milan under Mourinho 2010. So let's go back a long time. And Italian teams have made the final on a few occasions in that time, but none of them were able to get over the line and win. So yeah, that's patterns very much formed there. So as for what's seen from these four so far, we've got PSG Bayern on the Tuesday, Atletico Arsenal on the Wednesday. All of this lot have been impressive in getting to this stage so far, and we'll start by predicting first leg of PSG versus Bayern. So PSG are seem to be have grown into the Champions League this season. They slow start, but ended in the playoffs. Only just got past Monaco in the playoffs, but then they made it past Chelsea very easily. Got past Liverpool comfortably as well. So they have performed, consistently, and they've really have found form. I do feel like Bayern's a big step up from everyone they faced so far. So this would be really interesting to see how their performance now against a team of this size, a team of this quality compares to last season, because Enrique, who is an expert at this competition, he won it for PSG last season in only his second season there, and that was their first Champions League win. PSG, and now they're looking to go back to back, and a lot of people will say the winner of this game will be the winner of the final. And you can see why, because these two have got so much quality, so much depth in every position, and both of them seem to be really finding form. And as for PSG in the league, Lens are not giving up. PSG are still in a bit of a title race there. Lens not giving up. Bayern Munich, already crowned Bundesliga champions, won it with ease. They've absolutely run away with it this year. Dortmund have just not been able to keep up, and no one has. And it's really impressive. Bayern Munich's result they had yesterday in the Bundesliga. Bear in mind they've already won the league, so 3-0 down they was against Mainz, but they've got the professionalism, the character to come back even when they've already won the league. Most teams will think, well, this doesn't really matter, they've already won the league, let's not bother with this, we've got Champions League midweek. But they come back and won 4-3, not even to get a draw, they've actually come back and won from 3 goals down. I thought that was very impressive. That's the standard there. They wasn't going to accept losing like that, regardless of whether they've won the league or not, and I think that says it all. I think they've been so dominant of the Bundesliga this year. I think they are, on paper, they look unstoppable at the moment, but there's teams that definitely can stop them still in this competition. But like I say, I've been very impressed by Bayern, particularly in that last Champions League game. They were brilliant in the group stage, or the table stage. Them and Arsenal were the dominant two in that, and then they got through to this stage quite straight through to round 16. Beat Atalanta easily. Beat Real Madrid in the end as well. Impressive in that really high scoring game. You can seem to be able to score goals against them, but outscoring Bayern is what I think the tricky thing is. They've got quality in every area. They're solid and strong in every area. They're one of, if not the strongest team in Europe this season in terms of their performances, and so much quality all over the pitch, but particularly their attack has just got so much firepower at the moment. Vince Kompany's just built such a fierce attacking team, and if you look at the players they've got, Harry Kane broke Bundesliga records this season. You see how good Elise's been. Diaz has been brilliant there as well, and just to name a few who have just performed, and together as a team as well. The creativity, the amount of goals they score between them, it's impressive. And you look at their numbers this season in the Bundesliga, it's incredible. They're just miles ahead of everyone else, and everyone else they faced in Europe so far, they've just looked like a big step above. And but PSG will bring a different challenge to what anyone's been able to give to them so far. But equally for both teams, I think it's a massive test for both teams this coming up against each other, and I think it's going to be a very, very exciting game, and I think it should be a very high scoring game as well. I don't see why it won't be, seeing as both have scored a lot of goals so far. PSG have put a lot of goals past teams that are not having great seasons, and Bayern have gone so-so over Real Madrid, and looked, their attackers outperformed theirs, and that's what won them that tie in the end. I'm going to go for 2-2 in this one. I think it'll be 2-2. I think really high scoring, really entertaining draw. I think can't be separated. I think PSG will want to win the home leg, but I think Bayern will find a way to get themselves a draw there, and I think that'll be. I think it's going to be a very, very close one overall. Maybe only one goal in it, and a really high scoring tie overall. So that's what I'm thinking for that one. On the Wednesday though, we have Atletico Madrid are at home to Arsenal. Now, Arsenal big win yesterday against Newcastle. Just about got over the line. They needed that just to put themselves back to the top of the league. City have obviously got that game in hand to come. They're in such a close title race. Arsenal, that will likely go right down to the end. So Atletico Madrid pretty much they'll be in the Champions League next season. They've sewn up top 4 in the Liga, so they've got nothing to worry about there. All focus could be on this game for them. Arsenal have got another massive commitment, obviously. That said, Arsenal have got the squad to deal with this season, the long season. Both of them have been impressive in Europe so far. Arsenal very dominant when it was in the league phase. Then they didn't get past Leverkusen. In the end, difficult tie, but come through it convincingly enough. And Sporting, again, difficult tie, but very impressive defensive performance, keeping the clean sheet over the 2 legs in that one. That said, since then, Arsenal's defence has been breached, and it has been looked less comfortable than it looks all season at this moment. They got the clean sheet yesterday, but we see City get the 2 wins against them, particularly that big one in the league, which has got the title race back in reach for them. We also see Bournemouth have managed to shut them out recently as well. Managed to get a massive win against them as well. So it's definitely a game that for Atletico Madrid has maybe come at a good point. They maybe caught Arsenal where they're not necessarily lacking confidence, but definitely have more so than it was earlier in the season. Atletico Madrid as well are a team that have really grown into this competition, has improved and have improved as it's got on and gone on and really used their experience. I think Simeone's such a good manager and has done such a good job with this club and how long he's been there for as well. I think he really does deserve to win this trophy, and I'd love to see him do it. And I think there's got a good chance here with the way it's all shaping up. I think Arsenal definitely on paper the team people have had to go through, but I think Atletico Madrid are going to, at the very least, over 2 legs, give them a really, really tough game. And I think over 2 legs, I think this is a really tough game, and I'm actually not sure what way it's going to go over 2 legs. But for the home leg for Atletico Madrid, I think there's impressive against Barcelona, particularly when the second leg wasn't going their way. They didn't have the start they wanted, but then they managed to recover quite quickly and managed to get themselves back in control of the game. And in the first leg, away there as well, they went there, they took the game to them. They was impressive, even when I know they went down to 10 men, Barcelona, but they really took advantage in that second half. Atletico Madrid, and I would like to see them play like that type of football they played there again, getting the balls in the box, because if Alvarez is there, he'll finish, top player, and I think they've got a lot of attacking creativity to use here. Atletico Madrid, players like Lookman, players like Griezmann. I think it's a team that could do some real damage, and we see how good they can be on their day. And I think the way they've gone through this Champions League so far definitely shows that. So looking at Arsenal as well, they are. I think the win yesterday was vital for them. I think that gives them just a bit more confidence going over there. It's going to be tight, it's going to be close in both legs. I think Atletico Madrid win the home leg just. I'm going to go for 1-0 to Atletico Madrid, and I think it's all going to come down to that second leg for Arsenal. So that's what I'm going for the second legs. I think definitely 2 really close ties. Definitely hard to call what way they're going to go over 2 legs, I think. And I've no doubt they'll be very entertaining and very tight, like those quarterfinals we saw recently.